Listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show, enjoying our second decade of the show that has become a daily routine for thousands of listeners in great places like Mardella Springs, Maryland, Rainbow City, Alabama, Scroon Lake, New York, Grace Bay, Turks and Caicos, Orange, Connecticut, and Vilnius, Lithuania. That's from my buddy Joey Pasker out there. Labas, Joey. I remember your grandmother used to say that to you. She was Lithuanian. We are here on the Mike O'Mara Show. It is a very, very special day when this gentleman comes to join us. And before we get to Mr. Sean Greenwood from one of the greatest companies in America, I'm talking about Ben & Jerry's. And the best thing of all for me, they sent it to me this time. They finally sent it to me. I'm so excited. They did it correctly. They sent it, and I've got a bunch of questions because I got some other stuff as well as the ice cream that I'll ask Sean about that I accept gratefully.
You laid it out yesterday, Mike, like an episode of Columbo. I mean, you said this something came from somebody.
Look,
and
we like I know, but there's an ice cream flavor that fits with it, so we'll get to that in just a second. Later on in the show, we're going to talk about that movie that I watched called A Teacher.
Yes.
With Kate Mara that examines the taboo of teachers grooming their students for inappropriate conduct. And I mentioned that online today when I was teasing the show. But I wanted to separate this really quickly from that discussion because it would be wrong, and I would come across as not being sensitive.
Understood.
In these days and times that we live in right now. So on Facebook, you know how now you will get suggestions for friends, and it happens all the time.
Yeah.
And you see them all, and a lot of times it's repeats. You get the same repeats all the time. And sometimes they're I didn't know that person, and you pop them on, and they've listened for years, and I put them in there. But more often than not, when I get these suggestions, it's somebody who is connected to somebody else that I know.
Right.
And I might not be the appropriate person to friend them. And I think if I did, it would appear to be creepy. So I don't do that.
Agreed.
So since we were on the subject
you could be
yesterday,
on the new series on Netflix, A Podcaster.
Right. And so the thing is, I will get to this when we talk. No, I'm going to get to it right now.
Okay.
And I know I said we were going to do Sean, but just really quick,
Sean
Rob.
can weigh in.
I need to learn these things.
Yeah.
So Rob has a lot of friends, but Rob, this friend, since we're talking about high school activities, you were a thespian in high school.
Yes.
And
we all experimented.
I know that, I was I did some theater in, no, not for teachers. Will you stop it, Rob? I'm trying to just get through this. Okay, and there's a guest in the studio, so I'm going to get show off Rob, which is going to be very difficult right now. I want to be as sensitive as I can about it because it does involve you. So this is going to be direct questions to you.
All right.
And I hope you can answer them.
All right.
Because I was in the theater department in high school. You're younger than me by 10 years or so. And, these are fresh pictures that this woman posted. And I did a rather significant amount of research on this woman when I saw this post. And I have to say that in your theater department, there was a full-fledged, knockdown, gorgeous, movie star looks, hottie that existed in your and she was there.
I just locked in a guess of who you're talking about.
Well, you don't have to guess. It's obvious. This lady named Viol is her name.
Lisa,
I guess.
Well, she was Lisa Viol in high school.
Lisa Viol,
and that's exactly
she's
who.
Absolutely magnificent to look
do
at.
some research.
I saw her at a reunion.
Oscar, you'll back me up 1,000%.
I'm looking.
This is really.
I saw her at a reunion. It was a theater reunion, not a high school reunion, and I said. We were talking. She's incredibly nice. She was always so nice. I said,
I saw there was your perv dad.
Of
who
course.
Was on the
well,
site
too. he would
saying
recommend
yay
friends.
to everything that she did. God.
Remember, he would go through and look at my friends.
Boundaries at all? Does he have any boundaries? Does he have any boundaries really?
No, not at all.
How do you spell the last name?
Viohl, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, I told her at the reunion. I said, Lisa, do you know that in high school you were so pretty, you were frightening to people. You were frightening to young men in high school. That's how attractive she was.
You told a grown woman this?
Yeah, and
You're
she's
such a dork.
She was so flattered.
He
by
is
it.
a dork.
She was so flattered.
And like
by
all the
it.
pictures, I was trying to find pictures or plays
very
that she was
pretty.
in with Rob.
Very attractive.
And
I'm trying to think. She was a year ahead of me.
Psychologist? Is that what?
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks like Charlize Theron.
Yeah,
is
she's
who
a
she
knockout.
looks
And
like.
she's still a knockout.
Well, psychotherapist. Look at that.
And okay, let's not. I don't want to embarrass.
She
this
played
woman.
Anne
Maybe
Frank's
she wants
sister.
a boost in business.
Yeah.
No, that's not. They don't offer to be my friend. Somebody pops her on my screen because she's friends with Rob's buddy Brad and Rob.
Yeah.
That's what that's all about. But anyway,
And my
yeah.
father.
But your father shouldn't do that.
I know. And this was early
You
days
should
of
tell
Facebook.
your father. It doesn't matter. That is the bad. Listeners are fine with listeners, but students, children, when you were a child, that's the. But then again, we'll talk
Students?
about all that.
I think maybe
later.
she's offering professional help.
I
She's
just requested-
listened to
That's
the
Sean
show.
Greenwood.
I just
who's joining
requested
us.
her friendship. Is that too much?
You requested? That's
Yeah.
nice.
Did you really?
At his friend.
All right. Anyway, a dear friend of our show who has been here and been so supportive of us over the years, and we're so grateful because it's such a wonderful place that he works. Sean Greenwood is here from Ben & Jerry's, and we are always
Thanks for having me.
excited.
First of all, congratulations on the new studio. It's tremendously cool,
Oh,
right?
thank
And
you.
and I was saying I was recounting the old days of heading out west from here, going like making it was like 3 or 4 hour drive. I think we'd leave DC to go find the old show.
You actually had to drive to the mountains, U-turn,
Yeah.
and then come
They-
back.
some
I
of
have
the
it called
settlers,
Manassas.
you would die, some horses would die on the way, and then you would
Right.
finally get to the old show. So, so now we're here, and my question is: am I the first guest in
studio? Yes.
Absolutely.
This is
Yes.
bronze-worthy.
Yeah.
At
We
least. I gotta feel good about that.
we debuted the new studio yesterday on the
See?
show.
How
So you're
tremendous. What
the
an
finish
honor.
work
You're
is
the
still
first.
being done, of course.
So congratulations
Thank
to
you.
all you.
Sean actually came out to Manassas before one day. I was sitting there and I said to Carla, "Why am I in Manassas? Why am I sitting? Why am I doing this?" And then and we moved away. So Sean is here, and Sean it says here Sean is prepared to discuss National Ice Cream Month.
Serious
but-
business of ice cream.
Yes.
But the thing I have to talk about is that I am sitting in front of. I will mention 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 products that you shipped down here.
That's
which
9
is-
days worth of product right there.
Wow.
That is just astonishing. I am so excited. I prepared a tray for myself when I brought it in here. It's there are doggy treats in here, which is just amazing.
Right.
But you travel the world. What is your schedule?
Nobody
what is your
knows.
normal?
It's
what do you don't know.
So my official title on my business card says Grand Poobah of Public Relations. It's being able to tell Ben & Jerry's story. So I find cool people to connect with and get out there and talk about what's important to us.
Evangelize, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you?
Preach, brother.
And I will ask a serious question. It'll
Please.
probably be the only time I'm serious while you visit with us here. Do you, in these divisive times we live in, do you have to run any kind of PR thing for the company with the political activism of
sure.
Ben and Jerry's?
But it's part of who we are, right? It's part of our DNA. We've always been doing that. So we try to, the belief is business has responsibility to take care of its global community. And that's what Ben set out at the first year anniversary in 1979. And so we've been trying to make that work ever since. Sometimes, we do good things and it's impactful. Sometimes we fall down. Sometimes we have the same problems that any business has. But that's the thought. It's like, how do we use this power of business to do something good?
And I will say that I think anybody that's studied business like Oscar has studied business will tell you that, innovate and keep creating or die. And you guys certainly don't drop the ball in that respect. I mean, it's always something new
Always something new.
coming down. And, I remember when the first foray into the non-dairy stuff, and I fell in love with it. I thought it was probably the best of its kind that was out there. So it's always great to have you here.
Thank you so much.
From Vermont, coming down to Washington, D.C., and I am now officially...
You've been to his home base.
That's right.
I think we've discussed that.
I
You
think
were
there are
there
some painful memories
the
if
day
we
that
have
they
to
were cleaning.
redrudge
They were
this.
cleaning the machines that day.
Yeah.
It was a great tour.
Yeah, we were up there and got a chance to see the graveyard, the Flavor Graveyard, and then went into the factory And there are all these Oompa Loompas that are in the
Right.
I just watched that like 2 days ago with my son, so it's very much top of mind. I accidentally put my finger in the chocolate river that runs through the Ben and Jerry's, and they had to sanitize the whole thing. So all the scrub brushes came out, and it was really, really embarrassing. And then Ben or Jerry, I forgot which one, they were there, and they said, "Well, congratulations, Michael. We're giving you the factory." And I was there with my grandpa Joe, and I don't know what I'm doing.
At some point, Gene Wilder got upset with you, and then he threw you out.
Ben and Jerry ever? I mean, any confectioner would probably cross paths with some sort of Wonka stuff. Was there ever any kind of Wonka?
We always talk about
association?
it with when you say, like, let's do something fun with fans. We always get to what about the golden ticket idea? Like, what about having so these pints in store to say, all right, what if you pull that out and you have like the cool trip to Vermont or something? So that happens. Right. The other movie connection I can just confirm that's recent is Billy Crystal did the movie years ago, City Slickers,
right?
Where there's a scene of ice cream makers from New York, right? And it was Ira and Barry Allen, the New York ice cream. Yes. So they were sitting around, and I said, we've always thought it was a jab at Ben and Jerry, and so I had tweeted Billy Crystal like over the past year. I was like, dude, was this? And he goes, entirely. This was a knock at Ben and Jerry's in a fun way, because I love you guys and love your product. So there's a couple movie ties for us.
That's great. Wow. Have you ever made fizzy lifting sherbet?
I don't know if we can publicly do that.
You have to understand. Now I fell asleep during half of it. My son was on my lap, and I went completely.
It is the most horrifying children's movie ever made.
Yeah. There's no way of really knowing which direction we are going to do the skies. Anyway, I'll stop with the Wonka crap. Ben and Jerry's is the stuff. I've been to the factory. I've seen where the ice cream is made. It's amazing. And you have brought now new flavors. And there, that you have your aficionados out there in the world that get very excited when you debut these brand new flavors. So I turn it over to you, Mr. Greenwood. It is
and like
the floor is yours.
The innovation piece, right, Mike, is like you always have to come up, right? And you think it's easy to just rely on flavors past and go like, oh, we invented, right? Ben and Jerry's invented chocolate chip cookie dough. It was actually a suggestion from a fan written on the wall, and no one had ever made chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream before that. So this is 30 years ago when this all started. And so you kind of go, can you ride that out? But at some point, you just become your father's ice cream company. Yeah. If you don't, you have to kind of keep innovating, right? So I was working with a college, and a young co-ed says to me, what's your favorite flavor? And I said, Cherry Garcia. And she goes, yeah, that's a dad flavor.
Ooh,
ouch.
Burn.
It is, though.
God, I was like,
really?
It's a winner. Totally a dad flavor, though.
And it's a winner.
Like
and,
if you do an event with old guys, like if it's like Harley ride-in with 50-year-old guys, I'm like, just bring Cherry Garcia, because that's
Cherry Garcia.
I'm a Harley guy. I'm a 50-year-old guy now. This is what happens. But
got a chip on my vest.
Right. You cannot just rest on that. You have to bring out new stuff. So some of the flavors we shipped you and what we have today to sample in studio is this new line called Topped, 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 that has a layer of ganache across each of these flavors. So there's 7 total flavors.
I have 3 of them.
So we're going to start eating alphabetically. I think I tried to go, again, it's like children. You're not supposed to have a favorite, but you really do. Whiskey Biz, I think, is the one we want to start with, Mike. So
let's do it.
So let's talk. So if we crack this open together.
Here it is. All right.
And then the first thing you should notice on top is it looks a little different.
Let me show the Whiskey Biz.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Show it to the world.
See?
Look at that.
Mine's not as frosty, but then you got to.
Mike knows his ice cream.
That's pretty
How
good.
deep is the ganache?
It's about a quarter of an inch.
Beautiful.
All right.
Yeah, and an interesting thing.
What's ganache?
It is. It's chocolate. Like in this.
What ganache is, you fat ass. You know what.
I'm a fat ass. I am a fat ass. Fine.
You might be the skinniest ass in the studio here between the 3 of us.
Oh, but it's like, is this white chocolate
ganache? Is right. It's like it's not. Liquid, right? It's not that shell thin stuff that you pour over it and crackle. It is like really thick, and so you kind of have to push down through this.
It's like a tectonic plate.
So you see the thickness of it there.
It's like the Earth's crust.
Right. I'm gonna get a scoop
of
so
chocolate.
Scoop some out here.
Have you ever had a cake, Oscar, and the icing, like the chocolate icing on top, is almost like a shiny sheet?
Like a Florida cake.
Yeah, well, no, not like a Florida cake at all.
Oh, the ice cream cake from other
Oscar,
places.
have a Shannon pan out so I can see everybody. I mean, it's it's nice to see Sean, but I'd like to
pan out.
You should get more than that.
You want to see all
Get
three?
everyone, all reactions. All right, is that enough, man?
That's beautiful.
Okay,
But it would be,
grab
I imagine this is
something.
going to be hard to
Thank
eat
you.
from the pint.
It's
Much
Are
better.
you not eating it, Oscar?
I'm waiting for my serving.
It's coming.
Oh, all right.
Here, Oscar, you go first.
I have my home
I was just
pint.
being, I know you got your whole pint. Yeah, I'll just have our own pint. Thank
Carl,
you,
you
son.
want to try this?
She's ready. She's
I
poised.
hear her. She's been orbiting.
Shouldn't that be the one time that you're ready to jump in? You're like,
This is
well, you're sampling
whiskey
ice
base.
cream today.
Oh, wow.
All right, so let's read through the description
Michael,
together
you wanna
here.
Try this?
Brown butter
Here
bourbon
comes my
ice
son.
cream.
Sean, say hi to my son.
Hey, Mike, how are you? That's what 7 years
there
old
we
looks
go.
like right there.
All right,
Yeah.
very good.
He spits it out.
Wonderful.
Ah, ice
Hey,
cream,
This is
Dad.
amazing.
He goes,
This whiskey ice cream tastes like Dad's kisses.
Mike Jr. goes, he goes, are they a sponsor of the show? And he's like, no, thanks, Dad. I'll hold off. I remember
you
the
get
applause, Dad.
Oh, you get that lovely note of the bourbon.
Right, so
Yeah.
a brown
man.
butter bourbon base. That's the cool start with this ice cream.
my
Blonde
God,
brownies. That's the chunk in there, and a whiskey caramel swirl topped with this white chocolatey ganache and
There's
white
nobody
chocolate
better.
fudge.
This is
There's nobody
genius.
better.
Yeah.
There's nobody better, and that's why we're always excited
Right.
to have you here because I don't care. I don't care that they don't advertise. This is a delight. This is a delight.
There
all
are
right.
3 flavors going on here that could be an ice cream on their own.
The brown bourbon base, right? That is amazing.
Amazing.
Like
It really
you can
is.
just do
A
that all day
beautiful
long.
brown bourbon
Right.
base bursting with beautiful.
See that?
That
It's
is a
alliter-
winner.
Alliterative. The cool thing with it is, and this may be an interesting story, is we make this caramel whiskey swirl with a rye whiskey purveyor out of Vermont, right? Another Vermont business, which we
Whistle
love,
Pig.
which is Whistle.
Oh,
Ah!
damn!
Is
My
that why-
favorite go-to.
Yes,
Sean, is that why Whistle Pig sent me the bottles of Whistle Pig?
Our friends at Whistle Pig, I said, I'm coming on the show, you guys. I'm
Oh,
excited about this. I was visiting them like 2 weeks ago. I said, going on the show. And I said, obviously, I'm going to talk about your flavor because it's phenomenal. And they said, we would love to
Love it.
share what we do well.
All right. Well, since you're associated with them, I can say, and I think anybody that we have a Mike O'Mara show, Elite Whiskey Society,
Yes.
probably going crazy right now. But I found out about Whistle Pig, I think through my brother-in-law, and they are a Vermont distillery, and they are just amazing. It's just amazing stuff. So the fact that how would one enjoy the whiskey flavor that you have?
You know, one of the
Where I
things
put
we
that?
like to do is, you can go kind of the affogato route, or you can actually just do a pour over. That's really easy to do. A scoop of the ice cream with a ganache. There's obviously some sweetness there,
Oh.
and then just a little pour over, just enough to get it wet to add
Right.
that in terms of flavor.
try
It
that,
just
Mike.
really creates
Right,
some
right.
great
See that,
depth.
right.
You know what I
Right,
love
well,
about Ben and
I
Jerry's?
didn't bring the whiskey in, though,
Oh,
Oscar. Sorry.
well, what about Carla?
Yeah.
Saving that for the whiskey.
Mike Jr.'s got the whiskey right now. He's
Mike,
put it down, son.
The company has an
They
amazing
sent
sense
me
of humor.
great Whistle
Oh, I
Pig.
bet they
mean,
did.
great stuff. Yeah,
Jealous.
absolutely.
They have an amazing
I'll
sense
take
of
the ice
humor on the nutritional information on the side. It says a serving is 2/3 of a cup.
I know.
So funny.
That's tricky, isn't it? the
It's
way
like
they do that?
interpretive dance.
And even that, yeah, and then in much smaller letters, the entire container.
Let's be serious.
Do you mind if, since we've tasted, like, share with the crew out there? Just
Come
what
on.
they have. Thank you. Appreciate
Rock
it.
and roll it out.
Thank you.
You know, I was laughing with Dan Cole, who works here today,
Appreciate it. Thank you.
saying that
Thank you.
when Sean would come into the radio station, 40 salespeople would swarm like bees.
That's the day. That's worth
So we don't have as many people at the village.
the
and
ice
so-
cream guy is
Ice cream
visiting.
guy's coming. Ice cream guy.
Oh, I put the tiramisu on the whiskey stuff. The
There's
whiskey bit.
nothing wrong with that either.
No,
right?
that brown
So
butter is-
combine those.
is
I
got
love
a-
that base, and
an
I'm
Hey,
like,
you want me
that
to
could be a
do what?
flavor.
What next, Sean? What are we trying?
I'm
next here?
going on to a salted caramel brownie. How's that? Do you have that one there?
All right, hold on just a sec. I got it right here.
On your
another
tray?
topped flavor.
Okay, another top flavor.
another
Yeah,
top
these are
flavor.
all top that are brought today because these are
wow.
So
All right, I'm going to show you this.
Yeah,
I'm going to show
right.
you this with my camera right here.
we're showing in stereo, Mike.
All right, and then take a look at that. Take a look at that. Are those peanut butter cups?
That is right on the top there.
Yeah.
Oh, these are caramel cups. Sorry for this one. We actually we have a peanut butter topped flavor as well. Right. So this one, the description: vanilla ice cream, salted caramel swirls, fudge brownies topped with caramel cups and chocolatey ganache. So this is we're switching right from the white ganache flavors to the dark chocolate ganache flavors here.
Where'd
Like a-
the whole
it's like a
ganache
wine-
thing
like a
come from?
wine
That's
tasting.
awesome.
Right. And except you didn't have to spit in between.
You guys spared no expense on the ganache.
No.
It's this decadent stuff, right? It's really over the top. The interesting thing, like you're seeing when I'm scooping here, is you really got to push through to get through, right, Mike? Through that
Layers.
top layer. And
if it's a little bit melted, because I've had mine out here for a while, you got to be a little careful.
right,
Because it'll come over the side.
gooshing it all over the place, which I've already done.
No problem.
But it does.
Oh, thank you.
It does have an interesting kind of solution to the dilemma. One of our flavor gurus coached us through and said, eat it with a fork. You just open the pine up, and then you can punch the fork down through that top layer, and then you can get kind of a vertical lineup of all that stuff together.
I've heard that to get a true sense of ice cream, the pro tasters do taste with a fork. Is that true?
Right? I think it gives you more tongue on it, right?
Yeah.
Let's not go there.
It's always very important.
Well, that certainly is.
See, the comedy comes through everything, Sean, no
It
matter
is
what. You
all
always
here.
said. That's what that's what you used to say at American University. Get more tongue on it.
I think it was a 3-credit course, wasn't it? I think it was.
It's funny,
Man,
Mike.
so many people were bad at
They're
it.
so good.
At VCU, they said
Wow.
they said use a fork.
There you go. Hey, Carla.
This is insane.
Carla, can you put this
So
back
good.
in the freezer, please? Because it's really good.
All right, so I've got
The
we have
salted
not tasted
caramel
it.
is
You like that, right?
Is similar in that flavor base. It really
Can
offsets
stand on
everything.
its own, right?
Yeah, it really does.
That can be a flavor, right?
Michael,
These
come on
things
over
are
and try
kind of
this,
crazy that way,
salted
that they are
caramel
kind of over
brownie.
the top.
When you're talking
You
about
want one of those?
he wants one of the
He's
the
eating the cups
He
off
wants
Yeah.
one of
the
the
cup.
candies.
Smart move.
When you talk
Right,
about
here
the
we go. This is a
construction
big
of the
bite.
ganache and the stuff on top, did you have similar problems when you started making the core ice cream? Because,
Yeah.
because I mean that's a whole different science.
Yeah,
of making
it's a
them,
different
Right?
it's a
All
different
right, I want to
technology.
spotlight my kid eating.
All right,
Okay,
come on, let's
go
go.
ahead.
All right. How you doing?
Wait, I want to see a thumbs up or a thumbs down, Mike. Come on.
What do you think? It is vanilla ice cream with salted caramel,
Man, so
swirls, and fudge brownies.
I think he asked how much did we pay. He said,
Now, how
Dad-
much would you pay?
He's taking the whole thing. You can't have a spoon.
go, buddy, go. Run
Run
with
your
it.
own
Yes,
spoon. That was real.
That's
Run.
that was
He's
not
like,
rehearsed,
give
ladies and gentlemen.
Give it all to me.
Yeah, there we go. All right. He left a little for me, though. This is really, boy, these flavors
Yeah,
are
crazy,
are
over the
hook.
top, right? It is. and it's
So
something
we've
different.
asked you this. We ask you this every time you come by. Is it cookie dough or is it Cherry Garcia that's numero uno, the biggest seller of all time?
The biggest seller is actually right now out of pints, right? So we sell most of our ice cream in pints, like 95% of it. We got great scoop shops too around the country. Then we got some right here in DC and some down in Florida with you, Mike. But the pints is where we sell most of the volume. And so the number one seller there is half-baked ice cream, which is half
Half-baked.
chocolate
Okay.
chip cookie dough, half chocolate fudge brownie, right? So that's
Okay.
it
That's one
together.
of Carrie's go-tos.
Number
I think
one.
that's Carrie's favorite. As
Yeah,
a matter of
but
fact.
the top four are like half baked, Cherry Garcia, chocolate chip cookie dough, and chocolate fudge brownie. So those same kind of three flavors that make up the two that make up the number one are right up there in the top four.
So good.
It's not even. It's like an ice cream high, Mike. What I'm feeling.
Yeah.
It's
I'm totally getting a buzz.
It's
Real
coursing
sugar.
through my
This is
veins.
Really going crazy.
Like
What's
Elvis.
what
Like
do we
Elvis.
have next, Mr.
I don't know if you have this one in your stack, the chocolate caramel cookie dough. Did we find that in Florida? Right, regionally there's 7 flavors, so sometimes the store will take their favorite 4 or 5. You can't get them all.
No,
It depends.
What I'm doing on my own right now is enjoying the topped tiramisu.
Oh yeah, that is
Oh.
a great flavor.
Oh.
I Whiskey Biz is my personal favorite, but that tiramisu is
Mike,
one that
you
does
give
really
us a
well.
full review on the tiramisu as we scoop here.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There's a flavor profile to the. There it is. I knew it was some kind of different ice cream base. Mascarpone ice cream.
Wow.
With fudge swirls
Kinda cheesy.
and shortbread pieces. God, you guys are gonna make me fatter than I am.
Hate that.
Shortbread. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man.
The
Carla,
shortbread
you
is
gotta
great.
try this. You have to try this one.
And on the way home, I had Chinese.
I'm
This-
never,
try-
ever full.
Try that.
Two knishes.
That is tiramisu top.
All right, so he's doing tiramisu.
Yeah.
So we just
They
scooped out
can't see
here
you. They go, "Oh, she's
in studio
Here,
chocolate
here we go.
caramel cookie dough. That's the one that we just pulled out. So this one, chocolate ice cream, caramel swirls, gobs of chocolate chip cookie dough, topped with caramel cups and chocolatey ganache.
Wow.
We've used the caramel cups twice.
The base that you use for your chocolate ice cream is unlike, well, all your chocolate is over the top. It's always been
Thank
the
you.
very best. Especially, I mean, I'll be a dad flavor guy. The chips and Cherry Garcia is the most outstanding chocolate and ice cream there is.
Can you wash something down? Can you wash your ice cream down?
Yes.
Because when you talk, when you're doing this, like
It's like a phlegm monster
Had to
came
put
to
more
visit.
had to put more tongue on it.
That's it. More, less fork. More like
But where do you source your chocolate?
yeah, we have those like you're saying, specially made for you. So
Mhm.
like if you took our chocolate chunks out of Cherry Garcia or Chunky Monkey or any
Right,
of
right.
those and put them on the shelf here at room temperature, they just melt. So we have them specially engineered so they have this different melting point because if you take like a regular Hershey bar, cut it up and put it in ice cream at home and then freeze it to try to make it, you straighten and you go, wow, that's waxy.
Yeah.
Carly,
because
can
that's
you
a different
take the
melting
whiskey
point.
biz and
Yep.
put it in the freezer,
Yep.
please?
That's so smart. I
Thank
never
you,
thought
sweetie.
the engineering involved.
Oh, science. Absolutely.
Jesus.
Someone figured
Yeah,
out.
do you want to
smarter
do you
than me.
want to try some of the non-dairy offerings? the new ones
I
that you
didn't
have?
bring any non-dairy here because I was just
Do you
going
want
with
me
the
to
top.
do,
But no, any of the non-dairy you
I
have.
fish food.
Yeah.
I have Americone.
Mike, tell the world.
Yeah.
I have
The country needs to know.
This is Colin Kaepernick's Change the World.
That's right.
Yes.
WHIRLED non-dairy frozen dessert. I want to try that one.
Right. So we launched that one this year in January, right? We've been doing it for 5 or 6 years. A lot of folks on our social mission work on racial justice. And so this year we said, all right, a flavor with this guy who, everybody knows the story of him
An
taking
icon.
the knee,
Yeah.
right? And kind of sacrificing his NFL career, but to realize the work he's doing to fight systemic oppression against brown and black people, a tremendous guy, tremendous opportunity for us. So
Love it.
really happy to get a chance.
What a great
to do
partnership.
that.
Very
Yep.
cool.
And that's a non-dairy offering.
Yeah, and he's a vegan, so we said, all right, we got to do that flavor, right? Something
Mike,
he's gonna
how do you enjoy it?
Yeah,
You
and
like it?
what is the flavor profile?
Caramel ice cream.
Mhm.
It's got some. What's in it? I had a big bite of it. It's got caramel ice cream with fudge chips, graham cracker swirls,
Ooh.
and chocolate cookie swirls.
Damn.
Sounds awesome.
Absolutely amazing. It really is.
It really is a good flavor. And it's one of those things you notice with the non-dairies that are out there now long enough. It's no longer like it used to be a trade-off, right? Like
Right.
10 years ago, it used to be, all right, it's either it's not smooth and creamy or it doesn't have chunks or it's, and now it's just, you go, do I like that flavor? You know?
Yeah.
And I notice it, right? One of our benefits of working at Ben & Jerry's is we get 3 free pints a day when we're working. So when you go to the freezer at the end of the day and you go, I'm picking up my 3 free pints, people now just pick it up by flavor, right? It used to be, you'd be like, I'm not having skim milk ice cream or whatever, but now
Yeah.
it's just like, you go, that Colin Kaepernick's a great flavor, I'm grabbing it.
So
not
do you
because
give?
it's juice.
Do the people at Ben & Jerry's? Obviously, they give a lot away.
Totally.
I would think.
Yeah,
mean,
I
they
think
would
you
just
make
be-
a lot of friendships because
Yeah.
people know you got
I
ice
think
cream. They're like, hey, we're having a cookout next Friday. Can I put in an order?
By the way, Sean brought some stuff and they sent me some stuff. I am now into the topped thick mint ice cream, which is one of your new topped flavors. Mint ice cream with chocolate cookie swirls and mint chocolate cookie balls. And topped with chocolate cookies and chocolatey ganache, which is holding up really well because I am making a mess of this right now.
When this flavor that he's
What did we
scooping
just?
for us,
What did we just have?
when you opened it, I could smell it. It has
Yeah.
a great nose on it.
So Mike, we moved on to strawberry top tart.
Yes.
Sweet cream ice cream, strawberry swirls, pie crust pieces topped with white chocolatey ganache and candy sprinkles. You can see the little candy sprinkles
Yes.
there.
Did they not sell that one down in Florida? I didn't get that.
I don't know.
Like-
Again, they're by retailer. So I think we went to
damn
one
it,
retailer
Sean.
It's
down
like
there.
a strawberry shortcake, like on steroids.
Yeah, I was really
So good.
surprised that one. Because I was like, oh, I don't know, strawberry's my favorite flavor, but it really was a shocker that
Candy
that
is a
one.
great touch.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
good.
little
For
pieces
texture,
on top.
yeah.
Yep,
Mhm.
a little crunch to it too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's one of the things too. People aren't aware that Ben, our co-founder, has anosmia. Right, so he can't taste or smell that well. So when they started out making ice cream, Jerry was the producing guy, and Ben would go, "Good flavor, but add more extract, or add more
Right.
vanilla, or add more whatever." And so we just kind of keep that up now, and we're always juicing it with extra, whatever
so
the flavor
because
is.
of that condition,
Yeah.
he would actually make it more, sweetness for the bang.
Not
right?
sweet, but more flavor, right? So mint
flavor.
extract and mint. So it's that thick mint that you tried is then super minty.
Mm-hmm.
It's not more sugary than regular ice cream, but it's
More intense.
super mint, right? And Ben
Look.
also was, because of that, wants more chunks because he likes textures. That's
Right.
part of why
That's
Ben and Jerry's
great.
did all this chunk stuff.
And mint, I'm a mint guy. It's one of my flavors that I absolutely love. If I go to an ice cream parlor, this is as minty as it gets. It's so good, so well balanced. It really.
The cool
is.
thing,
It's
you don't need to
delicious.
brush your teeth tonight, Mike. That's it. You can just
Well, yeah.
pint of
Since
thick
we-
mint.
Since we split on the flavors, I just started going off on my own.
Good.
here.
You went off the reservation.
You went rogue. I've never, ever had this much fun doing a radio show. I got like 9 pints of ice cream here, and it's just like, yeah, we'll talk about the other one.
Pace yourself. Right. And
Can
all
we
those
put the thick mint back in the refrigerator, please?
the non-dairies this year, we brought out all of those kind of partner flavors, right? Fish Food, Stephen Colbert's flavor, American Dream, and Jimmy Fallon's flavor, Tonight Dough, all came out as non-dairies this year. Those are all almond milk based. Colin Kaepernick's is a sunflower seed base. So
And the
sunflower
fish food.
seeds.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to ferry these outside to the crew.
Right
real
here.
quick. Thank
Yeah.
you. Appreciate it.
And Fish Food's a partner with the band Fish, right?
That's the one.
Yeah, okay.
Well, to have them come in. They can come in and get the stuff, Oscar. Have them come here. That's gone. We're gonna put that in the freezer. And fish food too. I'm not. You like chocolate? What? Yeah. Do you want to bring one of the dogs in to try the dog?
Oh, this is good. Live dog trial. This is
Winslow?
great.
Now,
Maybe
Sean
bring
mentioned
Winslow.
earlier he's never done an on-air dog
No,
tasting.
this is a first, I think, in the universe.
and we
It's
should be
gonna be
clear, we're
hard.
not actually tasting the dog.
No,
All right,
we
the
are-
fun is all right. I have to be honest with you. The fun's going to stop for me right now because
Why?
I'm going to have to hold because
the
he's gotten
dog and-
heavy,er and
Well, haven't
we all have. Yeah. That's,
oh wait, Carla's here. Fantastic. Carla will be able to
she's
hold
got
it.
it. Nice.
What? Okay, this is Doggy Desserts, Ponch's Mix.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we've got 2 different flavors: Rosie's Batch and Ponch's Mix.
with peanut butter and pretzel swirls.
Nice. And these
Well,
are
I'll
named
show-
after actual dogs. We have in our office, we have about 110 employees, and we have about 30 dogs that come in
Oh,
every day.
that's so great.
So these are 2 dogs from the office, Rosie and Ponch. They're both great dogs. And oh, look
This
at that.
is
Here we go.
Sean. This is Winslow Homer O'Mara.
Winslow.
And we're going to get him right up on.
Yeah, look at that.
we're
Get
gonna
on the
him right
mic.
up on the
Nice.
microphone here, and we're going to dive in.
Good boy.
Yo, you're a good
Yeah,
boy.
he's like, look at that.
Yes, you are.
Been trained
Yeah.
to do this.
Stop it.
It'd be great, Mike, if you just start eating it and don't give any to Winslow.
I could never do that.
Watch
That
that,
might
Winslow.
Here we go.
It's the same sound from American University.
That's a good. Tell you, the PR poobah just got off a good one there. That was pretty good. Listen to this. This is the sound.
That is a happy dog, is what that is.
Yeah.
Can we isolate this track?
Yes.
Oh, look at him.
So great.
The best.
This is great.
Oh yes.
30 more minutes, we're done. It was a great show.
okay.
Come
He's
on.
like, this is the
He
best.
Look.
fixed that up. Oh.
Look,
I've
Winslow-
never seen his
Winslow's
ears that
gonna
perky.
I know, right?
He's very
so
into it.
excited. No wonder you love him so much, Mike.
Now, the other thing they sent me, Sean, was the Tonight Dough.
That's right. You got dough
starring,
chunks.
Jimmy Fallon. Is this
Yeah.
a new product?
Yeah,
here,
we
or-
just launched those this year. It's a right. The idea of people go, I love Ben and Jerry's cookie dough flavors. Sometimes I just want to eat the chunks out.
Sure.
So we started making these dough chunks. We got 6 different flavors. So you got straight up regular cookie dough, like your regular chocolate chip cookie dough flavor, and we just launched this one with Jimmy Fallon's flavor. So it's actually peanut butter dough and then brownie chunks. So it kind of represents the
Wow.
chunks that are in his own flavor.
And they just come in a
I've
foil
had
pouch like that.
Foil pouch in the
Something
freezer section.
similar
Okay.
at a movie theater.
I've
Yep.
seen it. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Mhm. It's
Very
called
good.
Popcorn. No.
All right, I had no problem with the ice cream. Talking after that right
Yeah.
now. Just give me a second.
Yeah, the peanut butter.
Some chewies.
So there's just a slight.
Yeah. Can we run that clip of Winslow going?
Sean,
Right now, Mike sounds like Mike is going to sound in 20 years.
After the stroke, this is going to be
This is gonna be fine.
peanut butter.
Thank you very much. The doctor told me.
Terrible.
Cut back on the Irish whiskey.
He said 9 pints of ice cream at a sitting was not a good idea.
That's right. You didn't have to get all 3 every day.
Oh man, what a home run! Really,
Yeah.
fantastic. Sean, always a pleasure to have you on the show. These are all delicious, and you might recognize Sean's a part of a startup. There's this little company called Ben and Jerry's. So if you see them in the grocery
Invest
store,
if you can.
Get on the
check them
ground
out,
floor.
and
Yeah.
all those new flavors are there. And if you have never explored the world of non-dairy, I will tell you from personal experience, it is great non-dairy ice cream that they have. So
The
if
best.
you're somebody who has an issue with the dairy products, but all their stuff is fantastic. And safe travels
Thanks, sir.
back to the wilds of Vermont, and really, you might want to trim that beard before Labor Day. Just my opinion. I don't care.
Now that I don't need to stuff it in a mask, I can now maybe I'll get rid of it. Right? Make
We're
the
going
last
to take a
18
break,
months.
and when we come back, little news for you all. Thank you, Sean
Yay,
Greenwood
Sean
from
Greenwood.
Ben and Jerry's.
Thank you so
PR
much.
Poobah.
Always a treat.
podcasts? Do you like to hear virtual voices through the magic of electronic reproduction? How would you like to hear your voice on a podcast? Now you can. Just submit a promo to the Mike O'Mara Show. If you cut the mustard, you can rub audio shoulders with all the promo greats. James Amato, Paul Christine, even that guy. It's as easy as falling off a log. Just follow this simple procedure. 1. Select a TMOS topic that you want to promote and then record yourself promoting it. 2. Send your promo as an MP3 to rob@MikeO'MaraShow.com. And if it airs, you can be a star. Can fabulous wealth be far behind? Ha 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 ha! You better hurry. We look forward to hearing from you. Here's to showbiz.
Sorry about that. Thank you. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. The big news this week is the red-hot housing market. Home prices are rising at the fastest rate ever. Ever. Wow. So, honey, what does this mean for you? Well, Jack, if you're paying PMI, have credit card debt, a line of credit, or need cash, or any... excuse me, reason. I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Thank God the company's gone.
You can tap into your home's equity, thus putting you and your family in a better place than possible just months ago. We're talking about Cornerstone First Financial. Whether a purchase or refinance, the time to act is now, and you need to call my friend Mark Livingstone and his team at Cornerstone First Financial. Even if you're working with another company, use Cornerstone as a sounding board to make sure you're getting the best deal for you and your family. They're a direct lender, which means they have their own money, and they guarantee to meet or beat any competitor, and they will. I have seen it. Mortgage rates are still in the historic lows in the 2s, and with 20 years in the business, a AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau, and over 5 years working with the Mike O'Mara Show listeners. Why would you call anyone else? Call your local licensed and ethical loan officer now at Cornerstone First Financial, 202-625-1221. That's 202-625-1221 or cornerstonefirst.com. And please, ladies and gentlemen, do it now.
From the four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device, it's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
The homepage. Remember Megyn Kelly? Remember that name from the past?
Yeah.
Fox News, and then a ill-fated stint at NBC. Megyn Kelly just signed a deal to host a daily talk show on Sirius XM. It starts in September. And in a new interview, she says her disastrous attempt to soften her image and join the Today Show wasn't a good fit for her. Okay. Well, maybe. Here's her quote. I had this soaring career. Well, that's a little self-important, isn't it?
Well, I think that's kind of her deal, isn't it? She's sort of self-important.
I had this soaring career at Fox that was great by any measure, but I was miserable at home. It was too stressful, too much time away from my family and my kids. And then I overcorrected at NBC by going too soft. To be perfectly honest, the job wasn't intellectually stimulating for me, and now I feel like I have the best of both worlds. I'm fired up and making a difference.
Well, wouldn't you love to see Savannah Guthrie read that article and say, I find the job very intellectually stimulating?
Also, you went from television, major market, morning drive, and, the top show at night, to radio.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Satellite radio.
We all know satellite radio. It's okay, but that's the second gig, not your first gig.
Right.
Well, it is. And, I don't begrudge anybody. Look what we've done with our careers. It's fine. I mean, whatever floats your boat if you're still doing what you love. But don't come on and say
I begrudge.
It wasn't intellectually
stimulating.
I watched the movie Bombshell. I saw what happened.
Yeah, you know where she comes from. Okay. Sorry. I could go on I could do a half an hour on that. The Fox ladies.
Well, yeah, she's a textbook
anyway.
blonde Fox lady. I mean,
she is.
Yeah, that's what she is.
She was in the middle of all of it.
But Mike,
that's when
this
she was
wasn't
there.
I remember when the Megyn Kelly show came out on Channel 4 or the Today Show, that
NBC,
third hour.
yeah.
The NBC affiliate.
Yeah, the NBC. I watched it after our show because we were recording the mornings at that time, and I said, "What is happening here? This is not. It wasn't even on brand with what she used to do."
Right.
Yeah, and who knows what her true politics are. That's the problem with networks that have
I know her
advocacy
politics.
shows.
Her politics are Megyn Kelly.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
think
she
so.
likes.
I think
I root
yeah,
for
you're
her.
probably right.
Yeah.
During season 1 of Friends, Ross, remember the pet monkey named Marcel?
Yes.
You remember that?
Was he a capuchin monkey?
Oh, I'm not 100%
I'm not
sure.
sure. But I actually, as much as I'm not a Schwimmer fan,
Yeah.
I actually loved Marcel, that storyline. It was hysterical. In real life, David Schwimmer hated working with 2 monkeys who played the part. Over the years, he has trash-talked the monkeys, saying they often ruin takes by not doing what they were supposed to. And they also bit him and threw poop at him. Well, the guy who trained the monkeys is finally speaking out.
Uh-oh.
He says none of those things ever happened. God, how long does this go on?
Yeah.
David was just jealous.
Of course.
This is too funny. Here's the quote. Schwimmer was fine. First of all, he calls him Schwimmer.
That's good.
Schwimmer was fine with the monkeys for the first couple of episodes and happy to be there. Why do I want to make this guy sound like Phil Hartman?
I think you
For
should.
some reason. Schwimmer was fine with the monkeys for the first couple of episodes and happy to be there, but people would laugh at the monkeys, and I think he got jealous because it wasn't him getting the laughs. Who's this trainer that comes out now? It was just funny.
Yeah.
He seemed to get a little bit bitter about them being there after that. Okay, whatever. It's like an episode of a television show that was on 40 years ago.
Well,
Please,
what
give me
was
a break.
the quote I heard is that something along the lines is the monkeys were fine for the first few takes, but then they would have to go do monkey business, number 2. And then, they take care of him, and then all of a sudden he's back right next to you, next to Schwimmer on his shoulder, smelling like ass for the entire rest of the take.
Yeah.
Well,
you're not
I think-
fastidious. Monkeys are not
No.
fastidious.
All right. I think I can speak with authority on this particular subject because I might be the only one on this show who has ever worked with a
This is
chimpanzee.
true. This is true.
And when I did my my money commercial for WAVA, I had the chimp with his finger around my neck. And I remember his long chimp middle finger, like right here, was on my esophagus.
Oh.
And when I had the line that was something like, you could win $10,000, every time I'd say that, the chimp would constrict my throat. And by the end of the day, I had a teeny, 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 tiny little welt right on the
no.
Adam's apple.
Wow.
And still like the chimp. The chimp went batshit when they brought food in. Absolutely.
And
the chimp
wasn't
went
that
out of
place-
its mind.
Wasn't it that commercial studio where all they did was feed you?
Film House in
Yeah.
Nashville, Tennessee, which we renamed Food House. 8-hour shoot. I am not kidding you. 8-hour shoot, catered breakfast, catered lunch, catered dinner.
Wow.
That's
It was
awesome.
incredible. These people, you see these 400-pound techs that would come through, and it's like, time for our lunch break. And that would be it. And then they move on. It was special. It really was.
And I
So-
also heard, Mike, that there was poop thrown on the set of Friends, but it was
I
mostly
didn't-
mostly Lisa Kudrow.
Lisa Kudrow threw her poop. Yes, sir. Summer is here, and we had Sean Greenwood on for ice cream. It's beautiful to have him
Yes.
come by in the middle of the summer with so many ways to serve it, which is our favorite. I did a deeper dive on this poll because sometimes these polls put out a headline, and it's really not true if you do a deep dive.
Right.
According to a new poll, 6,551 U.S. adults, you can't go wrong with a nice scoop in a cup. 1/3 of respondents actually prefer it that way, making it the number one answer. But then I looked at the entire result of
Right.
the poll, and I looked at the poll, and they gave 3 different cone answers: waffle, sugar, and cake. And if you add them up, Americans are cone people. They
Yeah.
want their ice cream in a cone. And
Yeah.
it didn't surprise me.
Cone
'cause,
ice
you know,
cream tastes the best.
I think it's the best way to serve it.
Waffle
How about
cone. Go to.
waffle cone, sugar cone, or a cake cone? Isn't a cake cone just a cheap, crappy cone like you get at McDonald's?
The little soft serve cone? Oh, the worst.
It's a flat bottom, and I think they ship better. I think that's the deal with them.
Why
They
do they call
ship
them
better.
cake
Who
cones?
cares about the shipping?
You're a business guy. You got to care about the shipping.
No, it's a waffle cone, you could mark that. And I worked in ice cream, remember?
Oh, I forgot
That
he's
was
part
my
of
first
big-
job.
big
I
ice
remember.
cream.
I don't want to name them now because we had some other ice cream outfit here.
Right.
All they cared about is the markup on the waffle cone. The sugar cones last
Yep.
forever. The little nub guys, when somebody asked for a little nub guy cake cone, I judge them right away.
I judge them if you go to an ice cream stand where they're specifically selling ice cream at an ice cream shop and they don't have a homemade waffle cone, I pound sand. I don't forget that. You're going to reach into the cardboard and get that thing out there? Shame. Shame on you.
Shame.
More information is being learned about the death of Columbus Blue Jackets goalie. I hope I've got the pronunciation right because I have not seen an ESPN report on it. I just read it. It's Matisse Kivleniks. I believe that's the way it's pronounced. Tragic incident over 4th of July weekend. Sunday night he was at the home of Manny Legacy, a former Red Wings goalie who's currently the Blue Jackets goalie coach. He suffered major damage to his heart and lungs. Originally, they said that he had a head injury when he was running away from fireworks gone bad.
Right.
You see so many of those fireworks where they're on the ground and people are screaming and laughing and running. This is not the case.
Right.
Apparently, he did not hit his head. What happened was he had major damage to the lungs and heart when he was hit by the mortar shell.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
no.
That's according to the autopsy. He was in a hot tub at Legacy's house when he apparently tried to flee, getting out of the way of this crap, and they went in his directions. Police initially said he died after slipping and hitting his head, but the autopsy revealed he was struck with a high-powered firework.
Jesus.
Investigators are still interviewing witnesses to get an idea of what went on, and there was no indication that alcohol was a factor, so no charges are under consideration at this time. Just a tragedy, really, when that goes down. Just a really
Heartbreaking.
horrible situation. And, you got to be careful, And look, everybody that's ever been, I went to a homemade fireworks thing where the guy bought fireworks and set them off in the backyard. I was at that thing, and it's always in the back
We've
of
done
everybody's
it.
mind.
Yeah.
We've done it.
We've
You always
done
have it
it.
in the back of your mind.
We had
Nobody
a
hit
blast shield. I was first on the ground.
Yeah, you were fearless. I will never forget you for that. I'm terrified of setting off fireworks. One of the guys there looked at me and said, "You want to be on the team?" I said, "I'll be on the team viewer." Anyway, let's
Send
do
me
this
a
one
Zoom
here.
link.
This is an interesting little list here. Best cities for first-time home buyers, because you got a couple.
Oh.
You got 4 of them on the top 10 that are in your backyard.
Really?
Chesapeake, Virginia. Gilbert, Arizona, Lincoln, Nebraska, Cape Coral, Florida, which gets on every one of these lists, and I don't know. Cape Coral, Florida, which, by the way, is very close to where I live, and I'll do an impression of what they're dealing with today. We're really not sure we should have lived on the canal. Anywho, Boise, Idaho, Hampton, Virginia.
Okay.
You've been down to that word.
Absolutely. Carrie lived there for a while.
Peoria, Arizona, Virginia Beach, Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia.
Oh.
Are there some great house prices down there? Is that
well,
what
it
that's
is.
all
It is
about?
a lot cheaper down there. Sure, yeah.
And
7-Eleven on every block.
Surprise, Arizona is the top line. And now here's the thing that I put in here. In the worst cities for first-time home buyers, you have Berkeley, California, Oakland, California, San Francisco, Santa Monica, Los Angeles, San Mateo, Santa Barbara, Glendale, Burbank, but then at the tippy top, Boston. Actually, the second tippy top, but all the
Your home
worst
in
cities.
Boston.
Yeah. Your home in Boston.
You know what got
There
edged
you
out,
go.
Mike? 11th, the 11th place, worst place to buy a house is next to Todd Moore.
Todd Moore down in
Florida's a great
beautiful
place to buy a
Keys.
house.
Yeah, sure it is.
Yeah,
Not
sure.
now it's not.
Sure
And now a little something. A man in Austria was bitten on the genitals
Oh.
by a python while he was on his toilet.
Ruh-roh.
After it's believed that the reptile escaped his neighbor's home and slithered through the drains.
Yes.
Slithered! The 65-year-old man in Graz, Austria, G-R-A-Z,
Yeah.
was nipped by the 5-foot-plus albino reticulated python about 6 a.m. Monday. Hey, 6 a.m. I know what he was doing at 6 a.m. He sat down for his morning thing.
Yeah.
Reuters reported a statement from police in the province, Styria province. Yeah, all the yodeling goes on. Shortly after he sat on the toilet, the resident, by his own account, felt a pinch in the area of his genitals. That is according to the police Strasse. I just put Strasse on there because it sounded good.
It means police road, but it's
yeah.
okay.
I always had a little fear of that, but it wouldn't be a pinch. In my case, it wouldn't have been a pinch. It would have been the whole thing. There you go. Oh, my God. He got me.
Those toilet alligators.
Oh, the worst. Yeah, you can't flush them. It's against the
I don't
rules.
know. For me, if it was non-poisonous, what would it be? A spider or a snake? Which would you
I'll take
take
a
your
snake.
poison?
Snake.
I take a spider. I already got a snake down there.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Gross. We'll be right back.
Hello, outlaws. This is Las Vegas legend Wayne Newton, and I love you. There are a few things in life that I require. Peace, joy, and, of course, convenience.
was
That's
gross.
why I
I'm
like
sorry.
to listen to TMOS on Spotify.
I'm tired
No
of
matter
Wayne.
where I am.
Been running Wayne for over a year. We have, haven't we? Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, Snake. Snake Spiewak, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
me.
This portion of the Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by Sleep Number.
Yay, Sleep Number.
Sleep Number, I've been telling you for years, when it comes to how couples sleep, one of the largest factors is sleep temperature. In fact, 83% of couples report one or both partners sleep either too hot or too cold. And I think in the summertime, it's a pretty good example of when we're all dealing with this.
Yeah.
Sleep Number experts recommend 65 to 67 degrees for optimal sleep. The body is happiest when it's in a state of being thermally neutral. This means it doesn't need to release heat via sweating or create warmth via shivering. It's the sweet spot for sleep. And Sleep Number is pretty sweet, too, because quality sleep helps us recover faster from exercise, injuries, and illness. Furthermore, deep sleep decreases anxiety overnight by reorganizing connections in the brain, and REM sleep is essential for many of the brain's cognitive and emotional functions. And since most of it happens during the second half of the night, it's important to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. That's why I love Sleep Number. People who get enough quality sleep have more energy, better muscle mass, and improved muscle memory. So, get a Sleep Number bed. I wouldn't sleep on anything else. Remember, a great day starts the night before. My Sleep Number setting is now a 65, has been for a while. So is Carla's. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Check out the special offers for a limited time only at Sleep Number stores or sleepnumber.com/TMOS. That's sleepnumber.com/TMOS. Welcome back to the show. Whoa. Thunder Buddies down here in West South Florida
I was
overnight.
thinking about you last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were kissed by it, and I think maybe a little more thunderstorm and rain activity than they really were saying initially. It was interesting. It was interesting. The dog was going out of his mind. But other than that, lots of rain down here, and we didn't get the rain when I joked about Cape Coral, Florida.
Right.
The coastline got, in some cases, areas up near Port Charlotte and that area 5, 6, 7 inches of rain.
Wow.
Which is widespread flooding all over the area. But really, it's you never really know, even when they get on top of you, what these hurricanes are going to do.
Was it windy or was it mostly noisy?
It was mostly noisy with thunder. And even this morning, waking up at about 6 o'clock this morning, the crackle of thunder, I call it the window rattling kind of thunder. Here's the thing about a tropical system, and I think this is the big difference. Everybody gets thunderstorms. You know what they're all about. Some of them can be intense. These rumbles that you would hear were just much more significant. They were longer. They were deeper. They were over the top. And
I know what you mean. There are ones that they almost start like they almost fade in.
Yeah,
and they last
fade in. They last
too
a
long.
time.
I love
terrify me.
I love thunderstorms. I think they're so cool. I love when the light comes, and I love to hear those big rumbles. But they're when it gets to that level, when they last longer than you think they should, that's when they get a little creepy because it seems unnatural.
So early in the season, that's what we're dealing with. And now that my son goes to school down here and will be in school the beginning of August, I say to myself, knock on wood, because it's just absolute shades of difference in track and intensity. And really early in the season, you don't usually get a real hefty one here for the state of Florida. But for anybody in the United States, it's a scary time. And we'll go through October. We actually got another one as recently, same track, same kind of intensity that got up to at one point a Cat 1. We got one in November of last year.
Wow.
So that's kind of interesting on the bookends that we have. And now it's the waiting game to see where we go. But everybody's fine. Everybody's chill. I'm doing the show.
I think you're
We have
coming
power and all
around full circle. I mentioned this yesterday, but it's a true Floridian now.
I think
you
so,
don't have
to a
the panic.
degree.
You don't have the
You don't
panic
have the
you
panic,
used to.
yeah. Like, forget about the emergency ponchos. Like, you're ready to just sit at home and deal with it.
Yeah.
Well, I will. We have a plan, which is
What,
if
Cat
this
2?
had been, If this had been a three or better, if this had been a 3 where they were talking about the chance of strengthening, my ass would have been out of this house. That's that.
Smart.
Everybody says have a plan. Our plan is to react early.
Cat 3, you come to D.C.
Carrie proposed a plan for us, but it was a murder-suicide pact.
That's really... Yeah, kids out of the house. What is his official exit date?
When you got to drop him off.
Yeah,
right?
we don't know. They have not announced his date. I think it's either the 17th or 18th. They've narrowed it down. It's one of those days in August. And Julia is barely returning text. She is having so much fun down there now that she's moved in. I sent her a text. You know, it's the heat index in D.C. is about 103
today.
It
is a scorcher.
And Richmond is going to be even worse because it's further south. I said, please tell me you bought an air conditioner. She says, the landlord's thinking about getting one put in next week.
Oh.
And I said, you're not going to sleep down there, honey. Come on.
I realize we've just had a tropical system, but I like to do this for all of my friends that when I was moving down here, oh, my God, the summer in Florida. It is 82 degrees.
I take 82 for a kidney at this moment.
So
I walked to Wawa, came back, and I had the flop sweats.
Yeah.
Let's see what the daily forecast is where you are
sure.
and where I. Tomorrow we'll have a high. We've got 89 tomorrow, 89 Friday, 88 Saturday, 87, 88, 88, 88, 88, 87, 87.
But you have a terrible school system.
I do not have a terrible school
we
system.
all know. Florida schools.
No, nobody knows.
You don't pay taxes. You don't get educated.
In general,
state taxes.
There are some issues with the education system
but Mike,
in Florida.
with a great governor like that, no wonder the weather's great. He's controlling it with his DeSantis weather machine.
I don't know if I've shared this, and if I may brag.
Please.
We were called on our vacation on the road by the principal at my son's elementary school, informing us that next year, Michael William O'Mara will be placed in the gifted program.
Oh, yay!
So I'm going to give him a nice round of applause for that. And
gifted and talented.
You know what, can I tell you the way I think, the way my horrible, sick, twisted, Irish, guilt-ridden brain works? I'm sitting there that somebody will grab this tape when he's like 20 and he's doing, he's finishing his first stint at Leavenworth, and they'll play this for me.
Remember this, Mike?
Yeah. It's true. I have to tell you what the truth is, and that's what it is. I have not had any experience with any of my kids or myself, and neither has Carla.
I was a GT kid in fourth grade. They brought me into the fourth grade.
My sister was a magnet child, so was my brother.
I mean, they could stick her to a refrigerator.
What's a GT? What's a GT?
Gifted and talented.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, and every time I screwed up, my father would say, look at him, gifted and talented.
I was an IB kid.
You were gifted, Rob?
Yeah, IBS.
Yeah. See?
Well, they give it away to a lot of kids until they grow up. If you can get past...
I think my father was a big donor.
Yeah. Well, no, you can also... My sister, I remember, said...
It's a public school. You went to a public school.
I was trying to make a joke.
I know, but you couldn't keep it in your pants. You had to tell everybody you were gifted.
I remember my sister crying, saying she wanted to be a normal child and she didn't want to be a nerd because she was in the magnet program. And my mom said, normal children don't accomplish anything in life. And I said, well, that doesn't make sense because it doesn't, right? And she said,
well, it does. I understand exactly what your mom's saying.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, here's what I mean. I mean that I think if you are with a designation of that, you require.
There are expectations.
In effect, to my son, there are responsibilities that come along with it to take advantage of this designation, where you're going to be in a curriculum environment that's going to be more intense and more advanced,
rigorous
than other kids, and you got to work your butt off to get through that. I don't understand being in it and then not being in it. So, like, to be in it for one grade.
No. I was in
How
it
did
for
that work?
4th, 5th, and 6th grade.
That doesn't
for the duration of military school. Elementary.
What about
school,
high school?
High school? No, I know. I mean, you take your AP classes in high school, but there's
you can have a magnet program or IB program.
What is a magnet program?
That's where they send all the young geniuses.
Oh, like Thomas Jefferson.
Yes,
the Thomas Jefferson Technical High School in I guess where's it, Alexandria.
That's where you go. You want to figure out who's going to bring build the next gene sequencing machine. It's going to be one of those kids.
It's one of the kids from TJ.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, down here we've got a few very special schools. The Vin Diesel Academy that grooms kids.
As long as he doesn't go to the
do
Phoenix.
Body shop work. What's that?
The Phoenix.
The Phoenix?
Yes.
Like the Phoenix online course?
No. There was a a school for troubled kids called the Phoenix.
Oh, I didn't know
That's
that.
wonderful.
Where
Thank
you would go when I was a child. If somebody was coming out of the Phoenix, they were coming back into Gen Pop. But if you got to go to the Phoenix, there was a lot of issues going on that maybe you had to.
It's a place you want to get out of, not get into. Not a hard application process.
You were nominated by a judge to go to the Phoenix.
When we come back, I want to talk about Rob's cousin. Now that he has ruined the announcement of my child being gifted by telling me he was gifted.
I was. Not anymore.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I know that. Anyway, we'll take a break, and we will come back with more fun and more thrills. Did that gifted program teach you anything about typos when you were there?
It said they were okay. They said they were fine.
The Beach Boys. Today in rock and roll a-hole history.
How did it come to this? Me, Murray Wilson, the father and manager of the Beach Boys, fired by my own flesh and blood.
The Beach Boys fire you right now. Now, you're fired.
Quit screaming and start singing from your hearts, huh? Watch your ooze. So you're big stars. Let's fight, huh?
Two facts are irrefutable. Rob's digital audio dumpster vault is pure comedy gold. And Beach Boys patriarch Murray Wilson was a huge dick.
I made you and the Beach Boys. You'd be nothing without me.
You dick! I'm a genius too, you know!
Listen to Rob's pet sounds every day on the Mike O'Mara Show and Murray Wilson.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. When it comes to losing weight, there's a lot of pressure to label foods good or bad, but that just creates dilemmas. Noom is here to change how we see food with a psychology-based approach that looks not only at what you eat, but also how you eat. Instead of making you feel guilt or regret, like, why did you have Sean Greenwood on the show, Mr. O'Mara? Noom empowers you to keep going. Everybody's journey is different, so Noom customizes a program for you based on your personal goals. I love that no food is totally off limits. If you have an off day, relax. Noom gently helps you to get back on track. Noom only asks for 10 minutes of your day to teach you about your eating habits and check in on your progress. And if you doubt me, more than 80% of users complete the program. More than 60% of users lose 5% or more of body weight, and 60% of them keep the weight off for a year or more. One size does not fit all. Choose your goals, and Noom will personalize a weight loss program to you. Call right now. Oops, sorry about that. 1-1000. 2-1000. Oscar loves Noom. Carla has never looked better. There's a science to getting healthier. It's called Noom. Start building better habits for healthier long-term results. Sign up for your trial at Noom.com/TMOS. That's NOOM.com/TMOS. Welcome back to the show. Whoa. I am so disappointed right now. I really am.
What's wrong?
I'm sorry. You know what's wrong.
Oh, it's because Rob was gifted?
Yes, because Rob was gifted. It ruined my joy in sharing that because I'm sitting there.
No, let me tell you about
only Oscar cannot. Just you will have your say in a moment. Only Oscar can understand what I'm experiencing right now, and I will be over
get
it
what you're saying. You're
momentarily.
like, well, if that's what happens when you're gifted, that's not exactly what I was hoping for.
Well, I think
like you want a hedge fund manager to tell you they were in the gifted and talented. You don't want a fledgling disc jockey.
That's
on the internet.
This was 40 years ago, so maybe the standards and maybe the practices have changed.
Oh, come here. Somebody wants to give you a look, Rob. Somebody wants to give you a look.
How long were you gifted, Rob?
Well, I was certified for 3 years.
3 years.
Oh, okay.
Fourth,
What
fifth, and
grades?
sixth grade.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, Michael's in first.
Yeah.
Michael will be going into second.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
So he's ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
You're the one that brought it up, Rob.
I know. I mean, what am I going to tell you?
You couldn't help yourself. Your ego could not help yourself. It's just, that's all right. I'm not upset.
Yeah, because the way that I think any parent, when they get that news and they don't have a comparison to one of their colleagues.
I was gifted.
Well, Mike, you said you had no
gifted.
That's what?
You said you had no experience with anyone, you or your wife or your kids thus far, and I thought I could offer some.
Oh, BS. That's not why you said it.
No, but I want you to know.
That's not why you
know what
said it.
The thing
you
is,
said it because that giant ego, Spiewak ego, had to sit there and brag, just like when you do board games.
My mom won't say this, and she'll never admit this, but I can say this now with complete certainty.
Yes.
She was molding mini ATM machines. My brother my sister, and
Cash
I'm
dispensaries?
more like a Western Union at this point. But but my sister and my brother are ATM machines that she was building piece by piece, brick by brick, summer school by summer school class they didn't have to take.
I'm going to give Carla the credit here that my son on a weekly basis takes 3 to 4 days of Spanish. He takes piano lessons every single week, has for 3.5 to 4 years. And then we put him in the little golf program as well. And, we give him a lot of freedom, but he is, he gets a lot of attention that way. He really does.
As he should, because Mike, most kids are still picking their nose in second grade and eating them.
And
he's going to class. He's becoming a pro golfer. Like, the sky's the limit for this little guy.
And when you were talking a few weeks ago about him getting, you got a call from his teacher, I guess, because he was finishing or goofing off when he was doing a group assignment, or not finishing it at the same time.
Absolutely.
But but that's the thing, is that he's at a level where that's, to him, it's nothing because it's busy work. It's just an activity.
Well, that was the reason he said he didn't.
And when he gets into,
he was bored.
When he gets into the environment with other kids that are at that advanced level, and they're going to allow him to be more creative and excel at what he likes to do.
Well, I'm joking with you about the gifted thing when you were bragging about your gifted. What was it like when you made that transition? Because I would say going into 4th grade, that had to be.
It was weird because you know what? You had 4 years, 3 because I moved in kindergarten, 3 years of the same class of kids, and you knew everybody. And so at 4th grade, I was shipped to another school.
Was this before or after you were running from the school bus and you broke those special shoes that you have on?
You
the
mean
bullies
the
were chasing
Forest
you.
Run.
Yes.
That was so close to being a good joke.
I can get it.
You
pull
flirted
it.
with
I
it.
couldn't pull
You
it.
really did.
I'm going into a ice cream coma. Just let everybody know.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So you went into a new school and then were designated in the gifted
No,
program?
the gifted and talented program was in a particular
they would bus
elementary
you.
school.
They would bus you
so
to
they bused me
a better
from
school.
From Vienna. I was going
Okay.
to Flint Hill in
Okay.
Vienna, and then they bused me to Falls Church to Longfellow. No, it was Haycock. Longfellow was the intermediate.
Okay. Did you? All right. Let me ask this.
Yeah,
because we
Haycock and Longfellow.
I should not be doing this. Did you notice what was the most striking thing about the gifted class when you went into that? Was there any kind of dork factor in there at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
And more that I look back on it, the more I see it.
Can you stop picking at the table when we're talking about you? It's really gross.
Listen, it's not my fault you fucked up the Forrest Gump joke.
Just
relax.
picking at the table like some sort of animal.
God, he loves this furniture like a child.
Well, I'm proud of my son,
and you should be. I think that is so cool.
And I'm not as proud of him. If you'd kept that to yourself, I would have been prouder of it.
But
it would have at least let me enjoy the fantasy. Because then you went on and you were what, magna cum laude at Virginia Commonwealth University.
But as you said, that really doesn't count, does it? It's just VCU.
Well, I don't know.
You still got to do the work.
What could you have achieved academically in your life if you had applied yourself? What do you think you could have achieved
That is not
academically?
a fair question.
Well,
I'm just asking him seriously because I think about if I'd busted my ass, I would have gone to Syracuse University and gotten a broadcast journalism degree at Syracuse and not gone to American University as a transfer. I think about that all the time. I don't know if you do, Oscar. I think about that all the time. Yeah.
Oh.
No, just as far as just academic credentials.
Oh my
I think
God!
about that all the time.
I remember, this haunts me. Freshman year, where I had fantastic grades. I was in a private school, and everybody was declaring what universities they were going to, and it was like Duke, Georgetown, Wharton School, not School of Business, but UPenn, and like just all these great schools that have the banners because it was a private school you paid a fortune to go to.
Right.
And I sat there and I'm like, man, I can't wait to go to one of those schools, and I was so pumped to do that. And as you get older, and you realize, wow, there's something called a vagina and I might be into it, and you stop doing your homework, your grades slip a little bit, and then you start realizing, well, maybe I want to go to Maryland.
Yeah.
I'll go to Maryland, for God's sakes, and if I go to Maryland, I'm still close to my girlfriend from high school, and she's still a junior, and I'm a senior, I'm graduating.
I always the end of Risky Business.
Yeah.
When we talk about it, I get curious about you. So what were your GPA?
I was derailed
high, correct?
by my high school girlfriend. I blame her.
Okay.
And I got a scholarship to VCU, so I went there.
Okay, so it was financial.
Yeah.
If money had been no object, could you have gone to a different kind of school?
I think I could have gotten into UVA. and that I considered it. But once the scholarship came through, I didn't apply. It was pretty early, and I said, and it was a good. You know what? Back then, VCU was a great broadcasting
I think
school.
it's still a good school now. I don't tease you about it.
It's a very good school. It's a very good school for certain things, but back then it was an accredited mass comm school, like Syracuse. Not like Syracuse at quality level, but it had a mass comm accreditation. And you say, what could I have achieved? I really did achieve many things that I set out to do. I'm sorry the industry changed so much, but I mean, I got to be on the radio. I got to work along some really great people.
Yeah. No, I was just curious. I was talking sheerly academics, and you just answered my question that it was more of a scholarship. Did you get a full? You got a full academic scholarship?
Everything but
right?
room and board. Yeah.
That's a massive deal.
It's wonderful.
I mean, anybody that's
like
that's
my
incredible.
dad
That is
would
an
hug me
accomplishment.
and love me. And
I couldn't believe. I still remember.
See, I'm
getting
proud
the
of you
letter.
when you say that.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed when you mention the gifted thing. That's just me. That's the way it works.
It came up on the scholarship application.
My father said, I'll do for you what I did for your brother and sister. I'll pay for college, which is huge, by the way. That is that in itself is massive.
Oh, it's incredible.
Right?
It's incredible.
Who would ever think about doing that? It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at him. I said, I can't wait to go to Maryland. He's like, no, we don't trust you around here. We're sending you to Dean College.
I remember Dean.
Get your ass
Dean.
together.
Yeah.
Your saga of Dean. And then from Dean, you didn't transfer. You got your associate's degree at
and
Dean.
then I went, because
and then
I
your
had
full
called
bachelor's degree at
I called WHFS, and the jock on the afternoons, his name is Tim Virgin, said, go to WVU. We hire everybody from WVU. And I went to WVU. And my dad said, well, that's less than American University. You go there, son. Save me money.
Wow. Yeah, and a lot of people, we got a lot of interns from George Mason University, American University, and hopefully we will get interns again.
Yes.
I really hope that that ship sails for us.
My dad gave me a similar talk when we did the tour of VCU.
What did he say?
We walked everything, and we sat down to have lunch that day. He says, you know what? If you get lower than a 3.4, you lose your scholarship, and I'm not paying for anything. And also, 48 months, that's all you got. 4 years, get a degree, that's it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Because we're up on a break here, and we took a very long time with Sean Greenwood today. We will tease what I teased online today.
Okay.
Regarding tomorrow on the show, we will dive once again into that taboo situation that was brought up in the show A Teacher, which was an FX show that was re-released on Hulu. And I want to see if anybody ever came anywhere near that. And by the way, our good friend Linda Herr might be a good idea. She said she could talk about that.
Oh,
she
some
could
insight.
talk about situations like that. So you might
had a
want to reach out
woodshop
to
teacher
in
Linda, and see if
high
she wants to
school.
pop on and talk about it.
All I know is that when you mentioned that, none of the teachers called me gifted and talented in that regard.
No, me neither. I didn't experience that at all. I just pictured what I'd be like if I was a junior in high school and Kate Mara walked in the store. I'm not doing that. I said I'm not going to do that. I want to keep it on the up and up.
If it's Kate Mara, we're even we can all fantasize about that.
Can I have the hall pass, please?
Like most of our teachers are like Miss Libby from Billy Madison and eating paste.
That's awesome. All right. We'll do that. Talk about Rob's cousin tomorrow.
Yes.
Pony
It's
Boy
disgusting.
Multitasking and all. How's the video production going today, Oscar?
Much better. Much
slick. That's wonderful.
Slick
That's
as
good to
silk.
hear.
It's gifted
That's
and talented.
great. We'll take a break, come back with the dumpster right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. We're all full of ice cream.
Throughout history, wise men have looked for a savior.
Our Father who art in Texas.
One man would change everything.
I'd like to thank our good friend Trip Affleck, who just has such passion.
His message was love. His power, absolute.
His power maybe has gone too far.
Do not take him out of his position of power. He's the passion. He's the passionate guy.
I've just gone in and turned him into a super administrator. Long may you reign.
His grace divine.
His passion was something to truly behold. You could study the passion of Trip. The passion of the Trip.
I'd watch that movie.
But his providence came at a price.
Shame on you, Oscar Santana, for letting some guy try to extort you into slamming my personal close friend Trip Affleck, who's all he's trying to do
a veteran.
Is get the name.
Name names.
Get the name.
The passion of Trip Affleck. Only on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Buy the bonus, feel the passion.
That might be my favorite that Mark's ever done. I think that's
Way to
fantastic.
go, Twitch.
Well done.
Nice. And Twitch, I love that picture of you on the jet ski.
Yes.
Enjoying
that
the
was
summer
sweet
with your
with the
daughters.
kids, yeah.
Fantastic. So you guys know I love Sunday. I love
Yes.
how they send you what your lawn needs. You hook it up to your garden hose, and you do a whole day's worth of yard work in 15 minutes. Easy peasy. And now Sunday is making it easy to control pests. Because the only thing worse than pests in your yard is poison and harsh chemicals. Sunday is made with better-for-the-planet ingredients like cedar oil, chrysanthemum extract, lemongrass, and canola oil. So you can manage pests better and feel better about it. Just like before, just type in your address at getsunday.com/TMOS, and they will figure out what pests are active in your area. Ants, mosquitoes, ticks, cockroaches. They can handle it all, both inside and outside your home. Sunday sends you exactly what you need right to your door with step-by-step instructions so you can't mess it up. Try Nick Sticks and Adios, or my favorite, Mosquito Delito. Fantastic products. Let Sunday take the guesswork out of controlling pests in your home and yard this summer. Visit getsunday.com/TMOS to get $10 off your smart pest plan at checkout. That's $10 off your custom plan at getsunday.com/TMOS to stop pests. All right, let's see who's in the dumpster. All right,
Open
You
it
got
up.
time to do that. All right, there it is.
My name is Rhoda Morgenstern.
Oh, Rhoda.
Valerie Harper.
The sweetest,
That's
right?
sad.
We lost her in
Very.
2019 at age 80. So
Yeah,
she's
we
in
had the
dump.
pleasure of having her on the show. Wonderful lady.
Best
Very,
smelling
very
guest we've
special.
ever had.
Yes,
Absolutely.
lovely woman.
Her and Al Franken. So, would you think this is a criminal? This lady was trending on TikTok yesterday because a crew showed up and started doing yard renovation in her backyard, but she didn't order it.
Ooh.
And she didn't stop them because she wanted her yard to look better.
Ooh.
And she posted a series of TikTok videos of them doing these renovations, and people said, "You're stealing from the company."
Well, they're at the wrong house, but I'm not going to stop them because I would love to have free concrete or a deck, whatever they're building.
She's an ass.
Yeah,
She's
right?
an ass.
Absolutely.
No, it's larceny. It's if she's there and she's watching it, any court would.
And she's on
stand up.
TikTok.
Yeah, she's not exactly keeping
What
it
a
a
big
secret.
dummy.
Yeah.
I want to have. Yeah, she's an idiot.
You want to
too,
have
which
it?
is-
Go back to work.
Go
You know
back to
the-
your corner.
All the years of having people try to cheat on contests on the radio, though, it's always the dummies that try to cheat.
Well, they
It's
think they can.
always the
They
dummies.
think they can put it over. That's why.
Yeah,
They're stupid.
Yeah, and I think I'll go on TikTok and do it. Day.
And I went out on the porch, and she was making out with my neighbor. And I'll give you their
Also-
phone number if you doubt me.
Don't you think this is something that probably set up? There's somebody's got to, like, I guess I smell a rat. There's no way you're going to do all of that.
Well, it's the viral video that I watched this morning that has the guy sticking his foot on the armrest and a guy pours water on it. And, I said, oh, that's interesting. This will be an interesting thing to watch. And then you watch it, and the guy's wiggling his toes when he puts the so I said, you're an idiot. You're stupid. You're not clever. And you just did a fake viral video. It's so obvious. But by the way, what have we said? 80% of America's funniest home videos are completely manufactured.
This is I vacillate between either going to watch these videos that are in my feed that I'm like, this has to be fake, but I'll watch them.
Right.
Or watching the girls that are doing all the TikTok dances and saying, well, at least with this, they put some effort into
Well,
this.
the TikTok dancing is real.
It is.
Oscar, I got one for you.
Yes.
You may not have done. This is my dive on YouTube that I watch occasionally. It's the I don't know what it's called, but it's a canal that goes out to the ocean in Miami.
Yes,
and they have a.
It's the Intercoastal Waterway.
It's I
Isn't
don't know
it
if it's,
the Intercoastal
with all
Waterway?
the yachts.
It's something pass. It's Cutthroat Pass or something. I should
With
look
all-
it up.
with all the
if I went
yachts?
to YouTube right now, I'll be able to see it.
Okay.
It'll be on the top of my YouTube feed.
I watch
the
yacht videos.
I listen to Yacht Rock.
Well, I like seeing how. Well, there's a bunch of yacht fails. If you really
brutal yacht crash compilation.
I'll see
That's
those.
fun to watch.
I don't root against the people that own yachts. It's just if you can afford to buy one, hire someone to actually drive them.
Yeah, you don't want Al Chervik to pull into the Flying Wasp.
There
What
we
is
go.
that guy? Oh, no, I don't know that guy.
It's just the people going through
The pass?
in various stages.
send me
Some
a
of them
link
are
to that guy.
attractive.
Yeah,
Some of them are
yeah,
not
yeah.
attractive. And they go through, and then on rough days, they have some really. That's what I watch. I'm so
Send that over. Like to take
I
a
don't know the
gander.
name of
Is
it,
that
though.
a? Is that a?
Take a link and then send it on over through via email.
Is that like
I'll take it.
a deep in the
Haul
evening
over
type
pass.
watch?
Haul over pass.
Haul over pass. Haul over
That's what
pass.
it's called. Haul over pass. Thank you very much.
Is that something you
Glad I
watch
found
deep in the evening, like when you used to watch your like Faces of Death videos?
No,
you know what's interesting, Rob, is when I go and I look on my YouTube, it now brings it right up there. I've got top 20 knockouts in the UFC.
Yeah, YouTube gets to know you. Absolutely.
Yeah. Dana Carvey impersonates Joe Biden and Barack Obama. I've got Haul Over Pass, again, a lot of yachting videos.
So that you're hot on those right now. No Carson in your top? I'm surprised.
Here's a weird one. U.S. versus German pliers. How did that get?
Well, then.
Wow.
Well, then.
Fun.
You know what I have at the top of mine all the time is the one Buddy Hackett joke on The Tonight Show. The one about getting kicked. That has been in the top of my feed. I don't know, but I love it. Okay, so this will make you feel young.
Yes.
This week marks the 32nd anniversary of Seinfeld.
Oh,
32
my God.
years. And that show seems to me still like a fairly new show. So what this guy did, this was trending on YouTube yesterday, he took #1 songs from the years that Seinfeld was on TV and mashed those #1 songs with the Seinfeld theme. Because the Seinfeld, this is really ridiculous. Seinfeld released a soundtrack of the bass guitar music.
Yes.
So that's like, you can buy that now. But check it out. These are some pretty good mashups here.
That's a win.
That's a win, right?
Yeah, I like that
Like
guy.
that one.
Bell Bib DeVoe?
Poison, yeah.
Winner.
Great record.
Winner.
Both of them are good. And it took a little work to do this.
Forcing it there.
But
wait, because they put the actual Seinfeld hellos in it. I was a sucker for it. I don't know what it says. Like,
I think it worked. I
Yeah,
think it
take
actually
it.
was fun. I mean, when they do a really good job on those, they're hard to do.
Yeah.
There's so many of them that are hack. When they do one that approaches decency, I'm all in.
Quick joke last night. Jimmy Kimmel did not host the Kimmel Show. They did the Kimmel Show live to set up the NBA playoffs. And Anthony Anderson from Blackish was the host. And he got this joke off. I like this joke. I just honorable mention for me on this guy.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals between the Suns and the Bucks. Milwaukee versus Phoenix. It's the battle of cheap connecting flights.
Now, I want to close with this one. It's a typical YouTube cutting down a tree video. And the reason that it is so special to me is the way the wife handles it, because she's videotaping the husband. And the tree, I think he wanted the tree to fall to the left. It did not fall to the left. It fell to the right on his house.
Oh, watch out. Here it goes. And it's going the wrong way. Oh, my gosh. Well, that was not good at all.
She is one half of a passionless marriage. Exactly 50%. That's your digital dumpster. Have a good Wednesday, everybody.
Wow, that is not good at all. Thank you very much. Yeah. You ever watch Street Beefs? Either
Oh,
one of you
yeah,
guys?
I've seen that. I've seen that.
sure.
Yeah, Street Beefs. I swear to God, it's like a window into my horrible, dark soul.
Mike, you should actually watch the old SCTV sketch, Johnny LaRue's Street Beef, which has John Candy out on the street. It's great.
Very exciting. I will do that. Oh, my God. I stopped looking at that, Mike. You have to end the show. That's it. We want to thank Sean Greenwood
Sean.
from Ben & Jerry's. Check out all the brand new, beautiful Ben & Jerry's flavors in your grocer's dairy section. It is absolutely wonderful stuff. You know that. I don't have to tell you. Sean is a good friend of the show, and we love you, Sean Greenwood. You come back anytime you want to promote anything. And Winslow, my dog, loved your puppy ice cream as well. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, this is Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
And kicking. Leave Britney Spears alone right now.
Mm-hmm.